What's going on, y'all? This is Simba X back on Cypher Sundayz, Dynasty Studios in Kissimmee. We got the one and only Queen, Kaotic Blaze, coming in for live. She got the aesthetic, the drip, the smile. We got a chance to chop it up a little bit off camera, offset earlier. So tell us a little bit about your name and how did you get into the craft of DJ?
Yeah, so B-girl turned DJ, started breaking when I was 16. 41 now, so I've been doing this shit for a while.
41 years young, okay.
You know. But yeah, I started DJing 14 years ago. Being a dancer, you're always surrounded by dope music, just dope vibes. My pops used to DJ back in the day, so it was just meant to be. And you know, I was injured dancing, and I just decided to pick up and slowly but surely build up my vinyl collection, get a laptop. You know, these things 14, 15 years ago were not easy to do. So slowly but surely got my craft on and started rocking and
doing your thing, and you've been kicking ever since. I love that, you know, the fact that you're able to get the best of both worlds. And you know, a lot of young people I'm sure are inspired by you, and you've, you know, touched a lot of lives, you know, out here traveling and doing your thing. And who are some of your favorite artists, you know, that you listen to or that you've listened to growing up? And who do you listen to now?
It's crazy, just because the same way that I spin is the same way as like what my music preference is. I'm a child of hip hop culture, yes, but salsa from coming up, merengue, the Latin joints,
all that.
Then going into freestyle house music, then going, of course, hip hop, funk, soul, like the godfather of this music that we love, you know, so it's a little bit everywhere. I think right now I've really been in my funk bag. I think a lot now too. I've been rocking a lot of all vinyl venues.
That's dope. Have you been to Binks?
Haven't been to Binks, but I've rocked that proper
a
couple times. I go to Miami. I do Dante's Hi-Fi, which is another dope spot where Rich Medina is the curator in Tampa, Alter Ego. So these
we'll have to check these
dope spots and venues are popping up, which is fire, and it really kind of separates the DJs from the DJs.
That part. So you the DJ.
I mean, not to, you know, everybody has their lane.
You could pop your stuff, you know, say that you've been in the game for a minute, and I'm sure you've had a lot of experiences. So, you know, what's been one of your favorite moments though, you know, DJing, when you just remember, like give us one moment where you're like, man, I just remember this one time at this one place. Tell us about that. I know you have that memory.
Actually, so when I was in LA, I was the DJ for Soul Assassins Radio, which is on Shade 45. That's DJ Muggs, his show at Cypress Hill and all them. So I was the headlining DJ, just resident DJ, and we would have our show weekly, and we would have artists come in. So we would interview just like you're doing with me today, but at the same time, I'm getting to rock a set for these artists that come through, which puts another set of pressure on you, because if Redman is there, you're spinning a Redman set, and then it's like all vibes. So I would say my time at Soul Assassins Radio was definitely dope.
That's amazing.
Just being able to connect with artists one-on-one, and then vibe and rock out. But another time too in New York, at there was a party that Tony Touch used to do, and I found out later that the whole time Talib Kweli's in the booth with me, and I'm just like doing my thing. No,
that's crazy.
And I see a video like, oh my God.
Place, right time, just killing it.
Man, nobody tells me shit, but yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, as a queen, as a female, and in the industry, you know, as a DJ, of course, there's been a lot of ups, right? A lot of pros, but of course, there's probably been some challenges, some moments where you've kind of had to overcome some tribulations. So, if you feel, you know, comfortable sharing, you know, with us about how that experience was, how were you able to overcome some of those tribulations?
You know, being a woman in a male-dominated, you know, environment is just for the par of what hip-hop is, you know, even though there's so many of us women doing amazing things. But what I use hip-hop culture for specifically in my life is to deal with these trials and tribulations of life that everyone deals with, you know what I'm saying?
It's that therapy.
Yeah, it's that therapy. So whether it's death, whether it's illness, whether it's just, you know, the craziest shit that we all go through, I turn to my music, and that's what kind of sets me free. I try not to let the bullshit of, you know, what could be or what can cloud my mind, you know, being in the music industry I put that aside and just focus on doing me, and then use my craft to just, be a better
get
person.
Lost in the music, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's really important. I'm glad that you're able to do that, and hopefully a lot of people will be inspired. I'm sure they are by your sets. So describe your style of DJing. What style of music would you say that you specifically specialize in?
Yeah, so I would say, and the technical term is open format. So as a New York City style DJ, I'm gonna go from hip hop to dance hall to house.
Love the dance hall. I'm
gonna take you on a musical journey depending on what the vibes are from the people that are there.
Oh yeah.
And
sometimes you gotta drop one on them too.
Yeah, and I'll throw a crazy blend you wouldn't even think of, would have, actually happened. But you're like, oh shit, she made that shit work. Okay, so that's the type of DJ.
You do like the mashups and stuff too?
Do mashups live.
Oh man, yeah. I love that.
Like usually when I have like my actual turntables, it's a different vibe. But that's what I like to do. I like to kind of.
Fun. Yeah, I forgot the one man's name that he's famous on YouTube, DJ something, but he's always on some beach or some island.
I mean, with the technology that we have access to now, to keep it real, if you don't have vinyl and some exclusive shit, everyone has access to the same music. So it's up to the individual DJ to kind of, all right, you have access to all of this. What are you gonna do with it?
You're right.
That's what I try to challenge myself with every time I perform.
Okay. What motivates you to do what you do? Name some of the influences growing up.
First, my pops, my pops was DJing. It was mostly during the 80s. At his time, it was like house and freestyle and all that. And then as I got older and into breaking culture, DJs from New York like DP1, Turntable and Nihilist. And then as I continue to age within the art form, like Tony Touch and Rich Medina, DJ Pearly from New York. She's a DMC champion, Puerto Rican, female repping it. She's going to the World Finals this year.
What?
So it just depends on my mood and how I'm feeling as far as who has influenced me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what projects and upcoming events do you have going on in 2024, or some things that we can be looking out for you?
For sure, yeah. So in 3 weeks I'll be in Japan. I'll be in Osaka, Tokyo.
Japan.
Yeah.
That's great. Congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing all city flavor, large pro, Scheme Richards. It's gonna be a dope 3-day event. So I'm just talking about it. I get so excited and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to Japan. This is gonna be fire. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So what would be a piece of advice that you would give like a younger you?
I would say don't get lost in doubting yourself. I feel like when I was younger, I would doubt myself. Should I do this blend? Would they get it? Would they understand it? Nah, don't be afraid of it. Trust your instinct. Trust yourself as a DJ. Trust your music knowledge, and throw that shit on there. Your job as a DJ is to break new music. Don't play the same shit everybody's playing over and over. Break new music and make it work. So I would tell my younger self that.
I love that. It's been so fun interviewing you and getting to know you. I can't wait to play your mashups with my kids. So Kaotic Blaze, it's been a pleasure. Tell us one more time where we can find you and just get to know you.
All right, Instagram, Twitch at Kaotic Blaze. That's KAOTIC BLAZE. Yeah, SoundCloud too.
Yes. All right, Simba X. You already know. We out here.